Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Leandre Boone. Most people call me Lee. I'm the founder and CEO of Buckeye Financial LLC. And before I get into this business, I was a defensive back at the Ohio State. I was on the 2002 BCS National Championship team, and Coach Tressel taught us one thing about and above everything else: defense wins championships. Tonight, I'm going to show you how to play defense for your family. And I'm going to show you something that nobody else in this room has ever connected before. Something so simple, so powerful, that when I heard it, it stopped me cold. Stick with me. Let's start with the truth. In 2024, 44,447 Americans were killed by gun violence. This is not a statistic. This is a stadium full of people gone. Every 12 minutes, someone in this country dies from a gun. Every 12 minutes. And if you are black in America, you are 5.5 times more likely to die from a gun homicide than a white American. 5.5 times. Not a little more, not slightly elevated, 5.5 times. And there were 499 mass shootings last year alone. We are in a war, and nobody's playing defense. Now, here's what nobody talks about. When somebody dies without life insurance, and most people in our communities die without it, here's what happens. The family loses their income instantly. The funeral cost, $8,000 to $12,000 out of pocket. The kid's future gets derailed. And the wealth, whatever little there was, leaves the neighborhood forever. GoFundMe becomes a financial plan. Every generation starts from zero. But look at the other side of the slide. When the same person has a life insurance policy, the death benefit flows back into the community. The mortgage gets paid. The children stay in school. Wealth transfers to the next generation. Grief doesn't become poverty. That's the difference between a policy and no policy. One decision, one form, changes everything. Now, I want to share something with you that I heard recently, and it blew my mind because it's so obvious once you hear it. Read the quote with me, excuse me. If everyone in the city got life insurance, the murders would stop. Every time somebody dies, money gets pumped back into that community. The insurance company gets tired of paying claims. That's when they lobby. That's when they fight for your life. Did you catch that? Let me walk you through the logic. Step 1, mass adoption. Every family gets covered. Step 2, mass payouts. Every death triggers a benefit. Insurance companies start hemorrhaging money in high violence zip codes. Step 3, industry pressure. These are trillion-dollar corporations. When they hurt, they lobby Congress. They lobby City Hall. They fund violence prevention to protect their bottom line. Step 4, cultural shifts. When every life has a six-figure value attached to it, death becomes too expensive to ignore. This isn't just insurance. This is strategy. Let me put this in Wall Street terms, because this is where it gets real. The life insurance industry is a $5.1 trillion global industry. They paid out $89 billion in death benefits in 1 year alone. When claim payouts spike in a demographic, they don't just notice it, they act on it. These companies are among the top political donors in America. They have more lobbying power than almost any other industry. When they decide a problem needs to be solved, it gets solved. And here's the other side. Every $100,000 policy paid out in a zip code is capital re-injected into the neighborhood. Housing, business, education. That's not charity. That's economic power. So where do we actually stand right now? Look at this chart. 58% of Black Americans have life insurance, which is actually higher than the national average of 52%. But here's the problem. The median coverage amount for Black America is $50,000. Only $50,000. That is not enough to pay off a mortgage. That is not enough to put kids through college. That is not enough. Meanwhile, 75 million Americans have zero coverage. 102 million are underinsured or uninsured. And 42% of American families would face financial hardship within 1 month if the breadwinner died. We have the ownership. We don't have enough coverage. And the people who need the most protection have the least of it. So let me paint you a picture. Imagine a city of 500,000 people, and every adult gets a $250,000 policy. Here's what happens. Year 1, with 44,000 plus deaths nationally, universal coverage means billions flow back to Black and brown families instead of leaving communities forever. Years 2 and 3, insurance company actuaries start screaming. High violence zip codes become loss centers. So what do? They fund violence interruption programs. They pour money into mental health. They invest in communities, not because they love us, but because it protects their bottom line. Year 5 and beyond, when every life has a dollar value attached to it that reaches City Hall, law enforcement, and Congress, the political will to protect those lives change. Death becomes too expensive. Life becomes worth protecting. That's the play. Look at this trend line. From 2019 to 2024, the industry paid out between $74 and $100 billion in death benefits every single year. That money exits. The question is, where does it go? Right now, it largely bypasses our communities because we are either undercovered or underinsured. There is a $25 trillion protection gap in America according to LIMRA. $25 trillion in lives that are not covered. 1 in 4 households would face hardships within a month of losing a breadwinner. That gap is not an accident. It is an opportunity for you and tonight to change the trajectory of your family story. Excuse me. Now let me take a moment and tell you why I'm qualified to bring this to you. Again, I played defensive back at the Ohio State. And I was on the 2002 BCS National Championship team. The ring is right there. And Coach Tressel didn't just teach us football. He taught us that the best offense in the world means nothing if you can't protect what matters. I took that into a 20-year career in financial services. I've served over 3,000 clients. I'm licensed in 8 states. I've seen firsthand what happens to families who were protected and families who weren't. I built Buckeye Financial on one mission: to be the last line of defense for your family. Tonight, I'm not just selling you insurance. I'm recruiting you to the movement. So here's the bottom line. What do I need you to do? 3 things. Step 1, get covered. A healthy adult can get $250,000 in coverage for as little as $20 to $30 a month. That's less than a Netflix subscription. Stop leaving your family exposed. Step 2, spread the word. When you leave here tonight, text this to 5 people. Post it. Share it. If everyone in this room sends this message to their circle, we start a movement. Not just a meeting, a movement. And step 3, book your review. Sit down with me. It's free. It's no pressure. We look at your numbers, we build your plan, and we make sure your family is never one death away from financial disaster. Defense wins championships. Are you ready to play defense? The QR code on this screen goes directly to my calendar. Scan it right now. It takes 10 seconds. Pick a time that works for you. No obligation, no pressure, just a conversation that could change the financial trajectory of your family forever. We talk about balance all the time. We march, we post, we pray, and I believe in all of that. But tonight, I'm asking you to do something different. I'm asking you to sign a form. Because the most powerful thing you can do to stop violence is make sure that when tragedy strikes, your community doesn't just grieve. It survives. It builds. It wins. Scan that code. Let's get to work.